Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the San Francisco Giants. And it's almost opening day of year 5, right? Year 5? Yeah. Year 5. 91 and 71, 82 and 80, 96 and 66, 87 and 75. We've won 2 straight division titles, made the playoffs both seasons, have not advanced any further. And I made a potentially franchise-altering deal here with the help of my Discord. So if you want to be involved in those decisions as I play, join the Discord. I'll put the link in the description below. But we had some we have a lot of money coming up next season. I mean, it's $33 million now, but it was 50 something, and the reason for that is because we had a lot of contracts that needed to be that needed to be or at least a couple of big ones that needed to be dealt with in our pitching staff. One was Jesus Luzardo and the other was Logan Webb. Logan Webb has been absolutely phenomenal for us. I traded him. Logan Webb was asking for over $40 million a year for about 5 years. Let me look at that post that I put up on Discord. He was looking for 42, and then an opt-out after 2 years, then 3 years at 39, then a player option, then $39 million at his age 37 season. So that's 80, 160. That's 6 years, $240 million contracts for a 31-year-old pitcher. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Just couldn't bring myself to do it. So we traded him. And I spent about an hour trying to get the best deal. Initially, I was offered Jackson Jobe and Tariq Skubal for Webb from Detroit. I didn't go that route. I'll show you Tariq and Jackson here so you can kind of get a look at what we're dealing with. So Tariq, $24 million this year and next, coming off a pretty good season, good record. Yeah, I mean, he was okay. And then Jackson Jobe, who I almost pulled the trigger on this deal until I saw Jobe's stamina. 35 stamina. He's never going to be able to throw more than 150, 160 innings. I mean, those are really good ratings, so I didn't pull the trigger there. The Red Sox were offering me Brian Bayo, 28-year-old, making 16 this year, 19, and then 21. Brian Bayo and Tristan Cassis for Logan Webb. And both of those deals included me sending Isaac Coffey back the other way, the reliever we got from the Red Sox who made the All-Star team last year. So those were 2 deals that were offered. But in the end, we went calling to the Los Angeles Angels. And in return for our longtime ace, Logan Webb, let me show you the full deal here. We send Logan Webb, Luis Lara, who is the Rule 5 guy that we picked up this past year, and Jared Cerna, the second baseman we got from the Red Sox or from the Yankees in it was a salary dump deal. I can't even remember which one it was. In exchange for Nolan Schuenel and Reed Detmers. So Schuenel, and I believe I'm saying that right. I believe it's Schuenel. Let me know if it's not. But we're going to make him a left fielder. And we'll work on his defense in the offseason. But, he's been, last year obviously was a peak season, 5.5 WAR. He's been good for 2 to 3 WAR every season, given at least 20 home runs. And look at these ratings against righties. And then Reed Detmers, we'll bring him in as well. He was really good last season. It's been up and down, but only $7.2 million this year and next. He's got 4+ pitches, 60, 50, 55 control, 60 stamina. He'll slot into the middle of our rotation. So Logan Webb is moved on to the Los Angeles Angels. And in Discord, we talked about, one of my Discord members talked about the velocity dipping, the overall dropping and potential dropping a little bit. We could start to see the control went from a 75 to a 70. So I have a feeling he might be this. He might have a better year this year than Detmers by far, but for what he wants in the long term and what we got in return, I am very happy with that. So we're going to make Schuenel our starting left fielder. We did all this 3 days before opening day. So there is the big deal we made as the season gets started. So we got to cut the roster down now. We're at 17 pitchers. We have to get that down to 13. So Rivas can go down. Gage Jump can go down too, even though he's a Rule 5 guy. I think we're just going to have to release him. Yeah. Ooh, I forgot he was really good, or potentially really good. Hartle can go down. He'll start in AAA. Send 2 more pitchers down. Thunderbird can't. Dabovich can. I kind of want to give Marinaccio a chance. Yeah, Zapuki's going to be the one who goes down, I think, if he can. He can't. Ooh. He can't either. All right, so I think I'm going to stick with Marinaccio just because he's got the better pitches. So Zapuki will get DFA'd. All right, so we got our 5-man rotation. It is now going to be, I think we're going to go like this. Harrison, Luzardo, Nishimura. Luzardo, Nishimura, Detmers, and Keller. Let's see what the our bench coach wants to do with our bullpen. So it wants Mason Miller as our closer. It's fine. I think Gage Jump will put in there and avoid high leverage. Coffey and Stevenson as our setup men. And I want him also as a middle reliever. I'd like Stevenson pitching a lot. He was pretty good after coming over last year from the Cubs. Coffey was an all-star last year. So get him in as many games as we can. Bummer, Marinaccio, Funderburk is our middle relief, and then Black and Jump is our long relief. So we only have to send 2 batters down. One of them's got to be Casey Schmidt, which I hate to do, but that's what we got to do. Brought in J.D. Davis because he only can hit either side. Manzardo had a pretty good year. I got to send somebody down. Carlson. I mean, Myers is my back because out of Matos, Duran, and Schuenel. Myers is our backup. Carlson's really our 5th outfielder at this point. He's the one I'd like to send down. Anybody even interested in him? Spencer Steer, but that doesn't help my problem. Hunter Brown, the definition of average. 55, 50, 50 with 3+ pitches and an okay changeup. I think the easy answer is to send Manzardo down, but he gave us an 832 OPS last year. And I'd like to have both him and Schuenel in the lineup. Davis gave us a 760 OPS, but that was in Colorado, 793 in Milwaukee the year before. Yeah, that's what he is, right? Can't send either of these 2 down. Not sending Guerrero down. Grissom, Lewis, Jones, Ortega. That's our infield. Matos, Schuenel, Duran, Myers. So it comes down to J.D. Davis or Dylan Carlson, really. Or do we go with 12 pitchers? I don't think I want to go with 12 pitchers either. You sure we can't have 27? It'd be a whole lot easier if we could have 27 players on our roster. Because just from looking at the hitting stats, Manzardo's the better hitter, just across the board. So I think we're going to sign J.D. Davis, and then we sign him to a 1-year deal? Yeah, it's $2 million. Carlson will be good to have in case of an injury on the outfield. In case of injury on the infield, we've still got Vaughn Grissom. So I think we're going to go ahead and just DFA JD Davis. I mean, which is a little weird considering that's what we picked him up for, but all right, it's fine. All right, so our lineups. Let's clear the depth chart so I'm not looking at it. Our leadoff hitter will be Matos. He's going to play out in right. Our number 2 hitter, I kind of like the idea of sticking Schuenel in there in the number 2 spot. I kind of dig that. And then Vlad batting third. At DH, Nolan Jones batting fourth at third. That is a good top 4. We should score some runs. Second base, first base. Oh, right. We got Royce Lewis. He can bat 5th and play 2nd. Manzardo can play 1st and bat 6th. Contreras will bat 7th and catch. We got Duran out in center batting 8th and Ortega batting 9th at short. It's a pretty good lineup. We did a pretty good job with our lineup. Let's go every 4th game just to be safe. Myers every 3rd game in center, I'm fine with. Carlson every 6th game in right, I'm fine with. Carlson is the defensive replacement for Schuenel out in left. I'm good with that too. Grissom every 6th game there, every 4th game there. Let's copy this lineup. What changes do we want to make here? So Duran will come out. Myers will come in the first change we make in center. And then Grissom, I think, will play more against lefties. He's got a really good bat against lefties. So generate depth charts. And Grissom will play every 2nd game against lefties and every 5th game against lefties at second base. Perez every 5th game. Grissom. I also want Grissom here. Grissom every 6th game there with Carlson every 10th game, and then Carlson every 5th game there. So Carlson's not going to play a whole lot this year, but I don't really care about that. So that's our team. I think we are much deeper offensively now. Mato, Schuenel, Guerrero, Jones, Lewis as our top 5, I think is really good. I think we did a nice job building that. So let's get up to opening day. We will, quote unquote, play the game, and then I'll sim April offline. We'll come back. We'll do May together. No improvement defensively from Onel Perez. Tried to work on his defense a little bit. So let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you think of that deal. Like I said, I had some help from my Discord to make that work. I had some people tell me to go after the Tigers pitchers. But I was really eager to improve the offense. I think we do a pretty good job with pitching, and I've found that OOTP is there are more pitching options in free agency than there are offensive options. So picking up someone like Schuenel, I think, is a good move for us. Miami claimed JD Davis. Top prospects, we don't have anybody in the top 10. Again, we're still dealing with IAFA just because the first year that the draft was good was last season. So we'll start to see some 19 and 20 and 21-year-olds in there. But right now we sit 20th. We've got Juan Ramirez, Edgar Yanes, Shamel Burgess, who was our second round pick last year, and Wright, who was our first round pick last year. So, all right, we got the Dodgers today. How does our owner only wants us to be better than 500? Has us going 98 and 64. We don't have anybody listed offensively. We've got Harrison listed there. How does it project Webb to do 14 and 11. Yeah, I mean, if he goes 14 and 11 with a 3.88, he throws 220 innings. Good for Los Angeles, but I'm not paying him long term. So, let's go ahead and play this game. So for us, it'll be Mato, Schuenel, Guerrero, Jones, Lewis, Manzardo, Contreras, Duran, and Ortega with Kyle Harrison on the mound. For them, it'll be Sawinski, Vargas, Soto, Ohtani, Tyler O'Neill, Old Red Sox, Dalton Rushing, Mookie Betts, now batting 7th, Noah Miller, Nico Horner, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto going for the Dodgers. All right, so let's get going. So we play in beautiful Chavez Ravine. Yamamoto against Matos, kicking things off. Probably a strikeout. Yep. Schuenel strikes out. He's going to strike out the side in the first. Nope, ground out to short. So still a 1-2-3 inning. Kyle Harrison now against Sawinski. Leadoff single. Catch is going to be made out there. And again, these games, I got to change the schedule. I got to remember to do that once we hit the off season. But this is technically a game in Korea. Out to left, running catch out there off Soto's bat, and now Ohtani strikes out. All right, so they strand a runner at second. Round out to first, 4 in a row retired by Yamamoto. Nice running catch out there in center. Yamamoto 6 up, 6 down. Neal strikes out. Rushing grounds out to first. Mookie strikes out. Duran grounds out to first. Yamamoto is just mowing us down here through the first 9. I don't think we've hit anything out. No, we had 1 ball hit out of the infield. Oh, there's a nice diving catch out there by Matos. We move him from left to right and makes a nice diving catch. Be nice if we got a base runner here. Schuenel. There's our base runner. Nolan Schuenel out to right center field. First home run of the game. First home run of the season for the Dodgers, or for the Giants. Lateral ground out. Nolan Jones flies out to center. All right, so we take a 1-0 lead. Vargas pops up. Turn the audio off on this mic. Another out. And Ohtani now against Harrison. Gets him swinging again. Each team with 1 hit. Mine just happened to leave the ballpark. Got another one? Got another one? We do. Royce Lewis to right center field. We're up 2-0. Jarren Duran should be a fly out to center. Tyler O'Neill strikes out. Walk rushing. He is on 4 pitches. I don't like that. Mookie pops it to left. And Noah Miller strikes out swinging. 8 strikeouts for Harrison through 5. We got 9 on 1 and 2 this inning. Ortega ground out to short. Matos strikes out. And Schuenel flies out to left. All right, bottom of the 6th. As long as I can deal with Soto and Ohtani, I feel pretty good about getting through this lineup. Swinsky strikes out. There's another 1-2-3 inning. Vlad now strikes out again. Just dominating pitching performances from both teams in this one. Jones walks. Lewis down the third baseline. Will that be extra bases? Into third goes Nolan Jones. Into second goes Royce Lewis. So we have 2 on, 1 out for Manzardo. They bring the infield in and rounds out 4-3. So we're going to need a 2-out hit from Contreras against Phoenix Sanders, the new pitcher. And I don't think we're going to get it. Nope. Flies out to center. That's a bummer. Here's Soto. Oh, we took out Harrison. Harrison went 6. Turn it over to Stevenson, who walks Ohtani. It's O'Neill swinging. Ohtani steals second. Hey, Aaron Bummer. They brought in Aaron Bummer in the middle of the at-bat. All right, whatever works. Duran here against Blake Snell, the reliever. Ortega with an extra base hit to left. I like to see that. Matos now strikes out. And Schuenel. It's a flat try. Not that may have been a home run at first, but. So what do we got? We got Bummer against Betts here in the 8th. Mookie's out. Miller grounds to first. And Nico Horner strikes out. So it's going to be very similar to, I think it was last year's game, right? Where we went to our closer in the 9th and we got walked off. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Snell against Vlad. Vladimir flies out to left. Nolan Jones with a base hit to right. Lewis now. Should be a 6-4-3. Yep. Grounds into a double play. And we are going to turn it over to Mason Miller here in the 9th. Let's see if we can not get walked off again this year. There's a 1 out. There's a run. This game, here we go, against Soto and Ohtani in a 1-run game in the 9th. Soto strikes out, and Ohtani strikes out. Oof. Mason Miller making it hairy, but we get the win in a typical Giant fashion, right? We win 2-1. We get home runs from Schuenel and Royce Lewis. Harrison goes 6, gives up 1 hit. Stevenson, 2/3 of an inning. Bummer 1 inning. Miller came in, picked up the save, and we win on opening day. So I'm going to sim now to the end of April. We'll come back. We'll do May together. So I will talk to everybody in just a minute. We're back on May 1st, and hasn't been a great start to the month. I wonder if I overcorrected a little bit. That's a possibility. It's something I've done in the past. Wonder if I did it here. because we're hitting. I mean, we're only seventh in run score, but third in batting average, second in on base, second in OPS, third in WAR, second in WOBA, fifth in home runs. But we're not pitching. We're not pitching at all. 12th in runs against, ninth in starters ERAs, fifth in bullpen ERA. And obviously it's still early. I don't want to get too wrapped up in it, but our starting pitching's been bad outside of Harrison. It's just been bad. Detmer's been okay. Last couple starts were not good, but he was good up until that point. Offensively, Schuenel, the average isn't there, but he's got 9 home runs on the season. He's on pace for 50. I think he's been bad defensively, too. Yeah, he hasn't been great out and left. That's something we just got to sort of hold our breath and hope to get through this season. But yeah, we got some good numbers offensively. Nolan Jones having a really nice first month of the season. Royce Lewis having a nice start to the season as well. Jake Myers doing a really solid job and primarily just against lefties, but raking, really. I mean, doing a great job to the point where we might want to consider. He's playing every third game already, so that's fine. So I mean, offensively things have been okay. You can see we had a lot of players with OPS pluses north of 100, but our pitching has let us down, and that's just the reality of it at this point. Mason Black, Aaron Bummer, Josh Hartle, we had to call up because Mitch Keller got hurt. Keller will be back in a couple. I mean, not that Keller was any good either, but the only thing I have going for me is it's some of these BABIPs or some of our starters, Luzardo, Nishimura, are both high. Gage Jumps has been high. Coffee's, Funderburk. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been great so far. In fact, I think we lost 4 in a row, 5 in a row, something like that, going into May. We've lost 3. We've lost 6 of 7, to end the month. So we're going to kick off May. I don't think we're going to make any deals in May. We made the one big one. Obviously, once the season started, there's another loss. And another loss. And another loss. And finally, a victory. So, yeah, it's been a rough patch of baseball. Now we're not hitting either. Nishimura with a decent start. Let's see. So Hartle will go back down. And Keller will come back up. This is a bit surprising, truth be told. I guess I just didn't expect Logan Webb to be. How is Logan Webb doing? Just out of curiosity. Of course. Of course. And it is what it is. Again, a trade not necessarily made for this season, but not a great start so far. Only 4.5 out. But we need to start winning some ball games here soon. We got Miami for 3. And there's a 10-3 loss. Wow. Finally bounced back with a victory. Manzardo homers, Guerrero and Jones each with 2 hits and an RBI. That was Kyle Harrison's start. We lose 2 out of 3 to Miami. We're 5-9. We're in last place. We are in last place. Back-to-back wins for the first time in probably a month. And we're hitting. I mean, Matos has his average up to 340. Zardo goes 5. Bullpen does a nice job in this one for a change. Nishimura picks up a win that's 3 straight wins. And again, you notice it's been our pitching. We've had 3 straight good pitching performances. Schuenel, 10 home runs, only 19 runs knocked in. So he's given us power, which is weird. With Matos hitting as high as he is, he's getting on base 40% of the time. You would think that Schuenel would have more RBIs than that, but whatever. Nishimura with a good start. We look for the sweep now over Philadelphia with Detmers on the mound, and we get it. He scored 4 in the 8th off of Black. Okay, Stevenson came on. Bummer gets the save. Manzardo, a couple of RBIs. Vlad, 2 hits. We get a day off, and then we got the Dodgers. Do we want to do anything? We're 9th in runs scored, 13th in runs against. Yeah, it's not been good. Vaughn Grissom's been terrible, which is a bit surprising given contact avoid K. I don't know. He's been really bad. Carlson's been awful. And Nolan Jones got a 472 BABIP. Yeah, I mean, we're playing our best offensive ball of the year, but we're not getting anywhere close to the type of pitching that we need to be getting here. Really only Mason Miller and Kyle Harrison have been what I would consider good. Everybody else has been pretty awful. Got the Dodgers now. Can we get back to 500? Nope. So we get a game closer to 500, and then we lose 2 straight. And we do win here 9-7. Jones 3 hits. Bryce Lewis homers twice. Schuenel hits his 11th. Not a bad start from Luzardo. Mason Black's been bad, so maybe that's a peripheral move, right? Doing this, and that's really, that's a fringe move. It's a Pookie in the starting lineup, starting rotation rather. All right, let's go Dabovich. Stick him back in there in long relief. Bullpen is settling down here a little bit. These ERAs are coming down a bit, but the starters are still just awful. That's rough. All right, well, we got Arizona here, so we do have some division games, so maybe we can climb out of the hole. We do win 5-1 there behind Nishimura, who seems to be settling down a bit. Dabovich comes in and immediately gives up a run. And Nishimura in April, not good. In May, he's been quite good. So he seems to be getting a little more comfortable pitching here in the majors. Myers averaged down to $197. He's got to be 0 for like his last 30 or something. He's 2 for his last 27. That'll do it. That will do it. Who do we got going today? Detmers. You get back to 500 behind Reed Detmers. There we go. Contreras with a couple of hits. He's doing okay. He's doing all right. We haven't had great catching over the last, or great offense from our catching position since we started this, so that's nice to see. Detmers gives us 5 2/3. Bullpen does a good job. All right. Can we get back over 500? Yes, with a 6-4 win. There we go. All right. Playing a little better. Jarren Duran over at first base in this one picks up a home run. Grissom has 3 hits. All right, we need to go back in here and back this off, I think, a little bit. Yeah, he's not even stealing bases anymore. Huh. I got that jacked way up. All right, so Pittsburgh now for 3. 7-0 win. So playing some better ball now. Jones 2 for 5, 3 RBI. Schuenel's averaged down to 227. Do we swap Lewis and Schuenel? Put Royce in the 2-hole? No, it's a lefty. Do we put Nolan Jones in the 2-hole? Do that? Let's see how that works. Jones has been getting on base. We now have 2 guys at the top of our lineup who are getting on base at really high clips. So let's see how that goes. All right. Another game against Pittsburgh. There's another win, this time 2-1. Duran drives in a pair. Good start from Luzardo. That ERA starting to drop here a bit. Final game against Pittsburgh. 4-3 loss. I guess it wasn't the final game. We got another game here against Pittsburgh. That's another loss. We lost. We split the series in Pittsburgh, or at home against Pittsburgh. That's not great. Now we're at home against Colorado. We win 7-2. Did I see Camilo Doval starting for them? Certainly did. Interesting. They made him a start. He's going 6 innings a start. That's crazy. Look at the year Royce Lewis is having. On pace for 8.3 WAR. Okay. O'Neal Perez doing a nice job out of that backup role. That's nice to see. Keller with a good start. And then we'll send Harris into the mound today. And there's a 2-0 win. Jones and Guerrero each with a couple hits. Contreras, Carlson, Myers with a home run. The ERAs are starting to drop. I mean, runs against, we're still 10th, but final game against Pittsburgh or against Colorado is a 3-0 loss. And we lose Schuenel for 6 weeks, because of course we do. Do we go Eldridge? How's he doing? He's providing some pop. Is that what I need? And we have not, I mean, yeah, I think we just go with Eldridge. Stick him in left. Give the kid a shot here. He can play defense. And then Carlson will come back in against... Ugh, that's a bummer, man. All right, so we're at Pittsburgh and then Austin, which is Miami. 3-1 win. Eldridge goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts in his debut. Contreras, a couple of RBIs. Nishimura, 5 shutout. Detmers today. Another win. Reed, I think, pitched pretty well. Yeah, it looks like we gave up all of our runs at the end. 3 RBIs for Nolan Jones. Eldridge hits his first home run off Paul Skeens. They have as a reliever. Interesting. Detmers goes 7. Yeah, Miller gives up a couple of runs. Funderburk gets the save. Now we're looking for the sweep. We don't get it. We got a 3-game series here against Austin. And Kyle Harrison gets blown up in this one. 5 runs and 4 1/3. We've lost 2 in a row. There's a 6-2 win. And I think we'll sim through the end of the series, get to June 2nd, and then kind of take a look and see where we stand. But Royce Lewis, 3 hits. Manzardo with a home run. Matos, a couple of hits. A good start from Luzardo. Another blown save by Mason Miller. And we look for the series win and get it. All right. We finished the month 31-27, and this was a come-from-behind win. You have 2 in the first, but then bounced back with a victory. Jones with a 2-run double in the 8th. Duran with a home run in the 9th. Jaron's number's starting to pick up a bit. Yep. Nishimura. Yeah, Nishimura had a really nice month. I guess technically that's a June start, but 3-0 in his last 6 starts. I'll take that. I will take that. So lineup-wise, we'll get Schuenel back shortly. We're getting some good offensive performances this year. Royce Lewis having a good year. Nolan Jones, another really solid year. Both of these guys locked up long-term. We signed them both last year. Matos bouncing back after a rough year last year. Contreras living up to that contract. Vlad having a down season this year. I wonder if he opts out. Or not opts out, but I mean, he has a player option, so it's not an opt-out. I wonder if he picks up the option at 27. I don't know, because there's not a lot of high-end offensive talent. I mean, Francisco Alvarez is there. Obviously, he's an elite catcher. Tovar, kind of not a slap hitter, but not an elite power hitter. Although, if he's available, we're going after him. Make him our starting shortstop 100%. Don't throw all the money at him. And then... where are we from a 35 million? Luzardo, I think, wants 22 or something like that, which we can probably swing, especially if Vlad opts out. We re-sign Luzardo. We bring in Tovar as our starting shortstop. Move on from Arteaga, I think is probably the plan. But, yeah, I mean, Duran, what does he want to come back? That's not a bad deal. But Bummer will be gone. Carlson will be gone. That's $12 million. Stevenson's probably gone too. So we are going to have some holes next season. I would like Luzardo to get that ERA down below 4 again. I'd feel a whole lot better signing him to that extension if he's able to do that. In fact, can we just do will he just do we just do like 3 at 19? What about 3 at 20? I mean, I would do that. He wouldn't. What about 4 at 19? No. Okay. We will talk to him more about it later. I don't know that I'm ready to commit that much money to a 30-year-old pitcher. We've got Detmers for this year and next. We've got Nishimura for a handful of seasons. Harrison's not going to walk. We're going to re-sign him. I mean, he still has a year of arb left, so I'm not worried about it yet. Let's see, what else do we need to look at? Perez doing okay for a rookie. Grissom, not a whole lot there yet. Eldridge, 3 first 23 with 9 strikeouts. Get well soon. Nolan. Manzardo, he slipped a bit. Artega's been bad. Carlson's been bad. So, yeah, we definitely have some holes in the lineup still. From a pitching perspective, Harrison, that ERA is higher than I would like, 3.6. On pace to go 17 and 11. I mean, he's on pace to have this, another great season. But Luzardo, 4.06 FIP, 4.29 ERA. I feel like, our 4 starters have been, the ERAs are not great, but if you look at their FIPs, maybe getting a little hindered by the defense. But our bullpen's been good. Keller's been the definition of average for a 5th starter, which is fine. Gauge jump hasn't been good, but the numbers suggest that I don't want to give up on him. It's always nice to have an arm. So, if we can just have him in avoid high leverage type situations, that has Eldridge as a pitcher too. Yeah, we won't be using him as a pitcher. Defense, that was the other thing. Batters, not pitchers. Duran's been bad. Artega's been bad. Really, Duran with the 65 range and error, it has is below average in center field. Okay, it's a bit of a surprise, but that's all right. Same thing with Artega. I mean, if he's not fielding, he's worthless to me. So we may need to figure that out. But yeah, I don't know. Matos has been good. Myers has been good. Lewis has been good. Jones has been good. These guys have all been good. So to say it's just my center fielder and my shortstop is that's a big deal. What's Myers bad at? 224. He's not really hitting, but I wonder if getting his bat out there more often is more important. Yeah, he's not hitting against righties. He's doing really well against lefties. Just not getting much playing time against lefties. I don't know. How's he doing? He's been bad at second and short. Do we move Royce Lewis to short and see how... Do we do this? See how that improves the defense? Or if it does... Let's give him a few games at short. Let's give him some games at short and see how he does. Because if this can improve our defense... Let's see how that works. Let's see how this works. Because I think ultimately, again, if Tovar is a free agent next year, he's probably going to want $40 million or something. But, we can bring him in as our starting shortstop. Sure. But we got a ways to go. We also got Byron Buxton. Potentially we can bring him in as a center fielder, depending on what he wants. So there are some options. We're in second place. We are a game out of the wild card. I'm going to go ahead and sim June. Next episode when we come back will be the draft and the trade deadline. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Join the Discord for more trading talk and fun. Talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.